Today, the Pentagon released a new batch of UFO files. Of the 40 new files, 19 of them are videos, and they're coming from the Pentagon, NASA, the CIA, the FBI, and the Energy Department. So joining me now is Jordan Flowers, Executive Director of the Disclosure Foundation. Jordan, what can you tell us about these files? What are we looking at?
Sure. Well, I think one thing that we can take away from this is that the government has been taking this topic of UAP seriously for much longer than they have let on. So in this release, as you mentioned, there's 40 files, 19 videos, but there's also a few pictures that are there too. These pictures are really important. These show a spaceborne object from the 1996 Columbia shuttle mission. And this is a triangular object that appears to be rotating. This is really important because this can't be explained prosaically in many ways. And this object, our understanding is that this is not included in the NASA's index of space junk. So there's really a lot here that has advanced the ball, I think, from incursions over sensitive military facilities, 2025 objects near the Yellow Sea in China, and even recently, the NASA chief, Jared Isaacman, confirming they have more images of UAP, and that's a major step in advancing disclosure.
What are we looking at? Because from our eyes, it looks like something, but not quite sure what. When you see it, what are you noticing, looking at, and what strikes you as different or unusual or fascinating?
Well, with many of these objects, we see beyond next generation capabilities. We see instantaneous acceleration. We see the ability to make right angle turns. We don't see traditional flight surfaces. But, many of these videos, they could be explained prosaically, which is why we need more data to go along with these videos. What are the kinematics, the things that are blocked out in those videos? We need to be able to understand how these things are moving and be able to really run scientific analysis on these things to try and divine really what we're dealing with here. It's quite difficult to do so with just the video and no supporting metadata and more scientific information.
How are these latest files different from what we've seen in the past?
That is such a great question. I think the spaceborne objects is so important. The pictures that I mentioned before, the 3 pictures of the triangular object in low Earth orbit from the space station, that is important because it shows that there's things in space that we cannot readily explain. This is another reason why our organization, the Disclosure Foundation, has been working with, we've established an independent team to review UAP-related materials in the NASA archives to try and facilitate the disclosure of more of these photos and interesting images from space. So I think really that is a key differentiator in this specific release.
So what has been your overall opinion of the release of these files? Do any of them prove or disprove theories about UFOs? You must have been so excited to get your hands on any new information.
What I think is really interesting is when you combine the info releases. So there's been 4 releases of information over the past several weeks, right? And when we combine that information and synthesize that with some of the comments that members of Congress are making about classified briefings that they are receiving, we end up reaching some astounding conclusions just based off of information that's publicly available. So for instance, the December 2025 incursion in the southwestern United States over a sensitive military facility, the ODNI was conducting, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence was conducting a UAP luring operation. That operation was wildly successful. That operation has FLIR video, photographs of orbs that they encountered as part of that operation. That resulted in an FBI 302 interview, as well as a personal statement from senior intelligence officials at the ODNI. And that precipitated a classified briefing to members of Congress like members Scalise and Burleson and Burchett. This event was described as incontrovertible proof that there's a real phenomenon here and a core reason why transparency efforts have accelerated over the past few months. what's really interesting about that is when you synthesize that with, Congressman Burleson's comments made in public and with the information provided, it was an operation that it assumes that not only that AARO, the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, and the ODNI know that this is a real phenomena, but they already have the technology and methods with a proven track record to lure and attract these things. So, suffice it to say, we need to synthesize what members of Congress are saying in addition to the data releases here. And when you do that, you are able to reach some astounding conclusions with publicly available information.
Fascinating. Jordan Flowers, appreciate your information, your expertise as well. Thank you.